Hi, I'm IZZATI. Today I'm with Alexandrine parrot, that also known as Alexandrine parakeet. Okay, now let me tell you a little bit about the physical appearance of Alexandrine parakeet. It's a medium-sized bright bird. The abdomen of this bird is yellowish green. The upper side of the external tail feathers is green, while the underside of the tail feathers are all yellow. This bird is large and long-tailed green parakeet with a bright red beak. And the Alexandrine parakeet's beak is very powerful and large. It's easy for them to eat easily. Do you want to know the quick facts about this Alexandrine parrot? The Alexandrine parakeet is the largest species of all parakeets. Parakeets being defined as a small parrot with the long tail feathers. Personality and behavior of this bird is playful and can be quiet, talkative, and able to amass an impressive vocabulary. The Alexandrine is a lovable, intelligent parrot that can live more than 30 years. Alexandrine parakeet will generally live peaceful with others of its kind, but might be aggressive toward other birds. The bird is released and placed on a tree branch at an open place with fresh air in the morning until evening, but at night they stay in the cage. Look at this video. The Alexandrine parakeet on a branch at an open place, and there is a bird of the same species placed alongside it, so they could communicate with each other. So we can see this bird has beautiful feathers. So that's all about the Alexandrine parakeet from me. Bye.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. So today I'm going to explain briefly to you guys about one aviary species that I have chosen while I'm in the zoo last week, which is the great argus or the great pigeon. The scientific name of this species is Argesianus argus. When I first entered the aviary section, their sound is the first sound that I heard. They made a loud calling sound that to my understanding is to make them self-knowing. The sound they make can be heard at least 1 mile away. In the cage of the house size of tennis court, I only noticed one female great argus. A way to identify a female and male great argus is by looking at their tail. A male great argus have a long tail and feathers, while a female one doesn't have a long feathers and tail. Another way to identify is by looking at their head color. A male head is a striped blue, while female head is in a paler blue. For the food, the zookeepers provided one bowl of food, which I think is a mixture of grains and a bowl of fresh water on the forest floor every time, so that the birds can have food access all the time, since they can eat usually around morning and evening. For a conclusion, due to its habitat loss and being hunted, this species of bird can be considered extinct and must be taken carefully.
Hi! Now, I will explain some information about a bird that I observed in the zoo Negara last week. So, the bird that I observed is a parrot. To be more specific, blue and yellow macaw, or in Malay called burung nuri, with the specific name Ara ararauna. As is well known, the parrot does indeed have many advantages. Through my vision, these birds have ample shelter space and are safe to live in. The cages are very comfortable with sufficient facilities that allow them to make sensors, to see, to speak, play, and also to move here and there. This parrot is wise and a great talker that can mimic and imitate human speech and also knows how to laugh. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Once you hear the Nuri's laugh, you'll be shocked because it is like a man is laughing. Seriously. This type of bird also has a positive social interaction, where they are neither nervous nor afraid when people gather to see them. In short, they are very easy to take care of, as this parrot is not wild and is very clingy to the zookeepers there. As for the feeding, they have been eating healthily. They were fed on seeds, nuts, fruits, flowers, and also leaves. Here is the inserted video of me giving the sunflower seeds or kuaci to the burung nuri. Good nutrition leads to the beautiful feathers and skin coat that can attract the attention of zoo visitors. These parrots will be given enough time for outdoors activities, climbing tree branches, playing, interacting with fellow parrots, and so on. So, they will not just be stuck in a cage like doing nothing. Lastly, the parrot likes to pose once they know that the people will start to take pictures of them. Herewith, I share some photos of the parrot being an unpaid model when seeing the camera. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The animal that I observe at Zoo Negara is flamingo, and its scientific name is Phoenicopterus. It is a unique bird where it has long slit-like legs, large curved bills, and rosy color of their feather. Based on the assessment, the space allowance given to the flamingo colony are quite big and satisfying. In this video, we can see that the flamingo were in a group. The place also quite suitable for the flamingo as it have pond and land beside the pond. They also make some noise as it was a way of their communication. They also make various noise for different activities. The flamingo place at zoo looks safe as it not shared with other animals. The place also have good heating and lighting. The flamingo also in a group, but there's also another group in their place. As for their behavior, flamingo was mingling and searching for food. As in the video, you can look that they are in a group and looking for fish in the pond. Flamingo also known as one-leg stance animal as it was a way to save their heat energy and allowing the one leg to rest after spending long hours in cold water. As for its health, the color of the feather representing the flamingo's health. As in the video, we can see that all the flamingos look fine and good and healthy as the pink of the feather is bright. As the conclusion, the brighter the pink of the feather, the healthier are the flamingo. Thank you.
So, this is me when I volunteer at Bird Aviary.
Hai awak, ni tak boleh cakap jom sangat awak duduk tu belakang sikit. Ha? Cakap apa tu? Cakap apa tu? Okey. Nak di sana pula. Itu kenapa? You don't want colour? One me.
So, this is my turn to share about pelicans. This is pelicans in Zoo Negara, and this is Adik who was born and raised there. The age of Adik is 6 years old. The environment of pelicans, what we could see was that the grass was quite long, making it look like a bush. It can also endanger animal if there are a dangerous animal living there, such as snake. This is a pond for pelicans to swim. For me, it's very small because there are many pelicans out there, and the pond is a bit mossy. As we know, these pelicans live on inland shallow freshwater lakes.
So, what does the pelican eat? And the answer is fish. Fish as their main food source. But if a small reptile or amphibian comes their way, they might eat that too. So, from my view, I can see that the welfare of pelican here are well managed. Do pelicans have teeth? Pelicans do not have teeth, but they have a hook at the beak's tip and its edges are sharp and could give you a small pepper cut. And that's all from me. Thank you!
Hello, my name is MASHITAH HANIM binti Cik Muhammad Zam. My metric number is BABL 20059842. Do you guys know what bird is this? I'm sure that most of you know what kind of bird is this. So, let me introduce you to these cheeky and intelligent birds. This is sulphur-crested cockatoo, or in Malay, we call it kakak tua jambul kuning. As you can see the appearance of the bird, the cockatoos have the yellow prominent crest and curved bills. Their plumage is generally less colorful compared to the parrots. Cockatoo being called intelligent bird because it is good in imitating human voices. For your information, the bird's diets are seeds, nuts, blossoms, fruits and insects. The natural habitat are in tropical and subtropical rainforests. As you can see, that was the overview of the bird cage. The cage provides adequate space for the birds to free to move and do their behavioral things, such as flying, mating, and socializing. The cage also provides good wind and rain protection, lighting, and ventilation. And also, it is safe from predators. Okay, now let's move to the bird's behavior. As you can see, they show some natural behavior which the bird starts to chew on their cage. Chewing is their natural behavior for cockatoos in wild. When they reach sexual maturity, cockatoo break, shred and chew various material to mark nesting territory and build nests. Cockatoo climbs the cage using their own beaks, which sometimes act as their third leg when climbing or gripping objects. Food is also presented in a way that encourages natural foraging behavior. The birds appear to be in appropriate body condition with good feather and skin condition. It is good to see the birds in a good condition, which symbolizes the keeper taking good care of the bird's cockatoos. The relationship between the cockatoos and the people show positive behavior, which they do not fly away or being aggressive by biting people.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is MOHAMAD Nur HAQIMIE bin ABDUL Malik and I'm from group 4. So my group is assigned to share with you guys during our trip to Zoo Negara. So we have been assigned by doctor to go to the aviary, which is filled with different breed of birds. We have a lot of assessment. So my task today is to share with you guys about the physical health and nutrition for the birds. Okay, so we asked the zookeeper how many times they feed the birds. So they say that they feed the birds 2 times a day with such as vegetables and fruits to make sure that they have a required amount of nutrition they needed. And so they also say that they replace the water every day to make sure that it's fresh and safe to consume by the birds. And sometimes, some cases, they say that some wild monkeys stole the fruit inside the aviary. So the zookeeper said that they have some safety precaution to make sure that the wild monkeys doesn't enter the aviary. And we identified that one of the birds in the aviary, which is pelican, is a very demanding in food, which is they only eat fresh fish every day. So it's very difficult for the zookeeper to maintain the supply. And then they also say that they have a breeding section, which is every once a year the birds will have a breeding season. So this is to make sure that they have a safety place to breed. And they also say that they have a safety they have like a rehab station, which is for like sick birds to get to have some treatment. So after that treatment, they will have their usual life lah. And other than that, they also say that there's a certain birds which is wild, so they need to tame them before show to the tourists. Okay. So I forgot to share with you guys some photos that we took during the trip. So we have like a parrot. So as you can see, their condition is very good, and they have like a smooth feather, and the zookeeper very taking care of them, like very good. Okay. And the surrounding area in the aviary was very clean and is very safe for the aviary species to live in it. Okay. Thank you.